There comes a moment in every person's life when they stop running from the truth and start walking toward it. That moment, when a man or woman finally turns around, stares life in the face, and declares, "No more ignorance, no more delay. I am ready to learn what I must," that moment is sacred. Because the lessons life teaches you once you're ready to listen will break you, mold you, and then raise you up into someone you never imagined you could become. Understand this: transformation is not a light switch. It is a fire, and life is the furnace. You do not become your highest self by comfort and convenience. You become it through challenge, through discipline, and through embracing the exact truth you've been avoiding. The first great lesson is this: you are responsible for your life, not your parents, not your friends, not your enemies, not your circumstances, you. As long as you believe your past determines your future, you will stay chained to it. The man who blames is the man who delays. The woman who points the finger is the woman who has not yet discovered her own power. Responsibility is the gateway to freedom, and until you accept total ownership of your results, you will never escape the cage of limitation. The second lesson: your mind is the master key. It shapes everything you experience. A man with the right mindset can walk through hell and find a way to build heaven. A man with the wrong mindset can sit in paradise and feel imprisoned. Life is perception. What you focus on grows. What you think about expands. What you dwell on you become. Train your thoughts the way a warrior trains for battle. Feed your mind with wisdom, not worry. Control it, or it will control you. Third, pain is a teacher, not a punishment. Too many run from pain, medicate it, hide it, numb it. But pain, when faced, reveals. It shows you what needs to be healed. It uncovers what you buried long ago. Don't be afraid to feel it. Don't be ashamed to cry. Cry with purpose. Hurt with awareness, because every scar has a lesson, and every wound is a doorway. The strongest people aren't those who avoid pain. They're the ones who have walked through it, learned from it, and turned it into power. Fourth, discipline is freedom. The average man avoids routine because he thinks it traps him. But the wise man knows that structure liberates. Every goal, every dream, every destiny is purchased through consistent effort. Talent may get you started, but discipline gets you finished. Wake up early. Do the work, say no to distractions, honor your word, not just when it's convenient, but especially when it's difficult, because every time you follow through, you become the kind of person who can be trusted, with responsibility, with influence, and with greatness. Fifth, people will treat you exactly how you treat yourself. If you don't respect yourself, the world won't either. If you tolerate disrespect, you'll attract it. If you speak weakly, you'll be heard faintly. Never ask for permission to be who you are. Walk into rooms like you belong there, not with arrogance, but with certainty. Set standards, not just for how others treat you, but for how you treat you. Talk to yourself with love. Demand more from yourself. Keep your promises to yourself, because when you truly believe you matter, the world will reflect it back to you. 6. Time is your most precious currency. You can lose money and earn it back. You can lose relationships and rebuild, but time, once gone, it's gone forever. Guard it, invest it. Stop spending hours on things that bring you no growth, no peace, no purpose. Every moment wasted is a moment stolen from your destiny. Live each day like it's the most valuable thing you own, because it is. 7. Your circle is either sharpening you or dulling you. If you're the smartest person in the room, find a new room. If you're surrounded by complainers, gossips, and doubters, it's time to clean house. Your environment either feeds your greatness or feeds your weakness. Get around people who challenge you, inspire you, and refuse to let you settle for mediocrity. Who you walk with will either lead you to the gates of greatness or the graveyard of dreams. 8. You do not rise to your goals. You fall to your systems. Dreams without structure are just fantasies. Want to write a book, create a writing routine. Want to get fit, build a workout schedule. Want to grow spiritually. Build daily rituals around prayer, stillness, or study. Goals give you vision. Systems give you traction. Don't just dream big. Build strong. Ninth, fear is not your enemy, it is a compass. It shows you where the growth is. The thing you're avoiding, that's where your power is hiding. The conversation you're scared to have, the risk you're afraid to take, the truth you're afraid to admit, that's where your transformation begins. Don't run from fear, learn from it, lean into it, and eventually walk through it. 10th, gratitude changes everything. A heart that learns to be grateful in all seasons is a heart that never stops growing. When you train yourself to find the lesson in the struggle, the opportunity in the failure, the blessing in the breakdown, you rise. Gratitude isn't weakness, it's power, because when you master your perspective, you master your life. 11th, what you tolerate today becomes your norm tomorrow. Whether it's laziness, disrespect, delay, or mediocrity, if you accept it, it becomes your standard, and over time, your standards shape your destiny. So raise them, not because you're better than others, but because you finally realize what you're worth. You weren't born to settle, you were born to set the tone. 12th, you teach people how to treat you by how you treat your own dreams. If you neglect your vision, ignore your calling, or belittle your ambition, don't be surprised when others do the same. People don't follow words, they follow energy. Show them how serious you are by your actions. Let your consistency be your declaration. Let your focus be your fire. 13th, success isn't a destination, it's a decision. Every day you wake up, you choose whether or not you will become the person your dream requires. It's not one big leap, it's 1,000 daily steps, and every step matters. Show up even when it's hard, even when it's boring, even when no one's clapping, especially then. 14th, not everything deserves your reaction. Sometimes the most powerful thing you can do is stay silent, not out of fear, but out of mastery. Learn to respond, not react. Protect your peace. Every distraction that tries to pull you off course is a test. Pass the test. Your destiny is too great to be shaken by small things. 15th, legacy is greater than currency. At the end of your life, people won't remember your car, your bank balance, or how many followers you had. They'll remember your impact, your words, your presence, your love. So live each day not just to build a life, but to build a legacy of courage, a legacy of integrity, a legacy of purpose. These lessons, they are not just good advice. They are foundations, pillars, laws. If you learn them, live them, and let them shape you, you will not just change your life. You will change your lineage. You will become the one who broke the curse, who rose above circumstance, who answered the call. You will become unrecognizable to your old self. You will become unstoppable, and once that transformation takes place, once you see the world through the lens of wisdom, you will never, ever be the same. Another lesson most people ignore until it's too late. You don't get what you want, you get what you are. Life is not responding to your wishes, it's responding to your vibration, your energy, your identity. A person who sees themselves as weak, lost, or undeserving will always sabotage success even when it shows up. But when you become the person who walks with certainty, thinks with clarity, acts with boldness, life bends in your direction. Opportunities respond to preparation, not desperation, and understand this deeply. Waiting for the right time is the enemy of progress. There is no perfect moment. There is no magical sign. Life doesn't give you permission slips. You have to take the step when your legs are shaking. You have to speak when your voice trembles. You have to try when the outcome is unclear, because action creates clarity. Motion reveals direction. You will never feel fully ready, but you don't have to be ready. You just have to be willing. Another truth that separates the few who rise from the many who fall: you must master solitude. If you can't be alone with your thoughts, you'll always be a slave to the noise. Growth often begins in silence, when you remove the distractions, when you sit in the stillness, when you stare at your own soul without flinching. That's when the truth begins to speak. Learn to be still. Learn to hear the whisper behind the noise. Your intuition, your God-given compass, doesn't scream, it waits for your silence. And let's not forget, You cannot outrun your habits. You are your habits. Every day, in every moment, you're casting a vote for the person you're becoming. Small disciplines repeated daily build empires. Small compromises repeated daily destroy destinies. The secret to long-term success is found in what you do when no one's watching. Every rep matters. Every decision counts. Your habits are either building your dream or burying it. You must also learn this. There is no growth without friction. You must welcome resistance. You must embrace the weight. If the road is hard, you are on the right path. If the journey is stretching you, it's shaping you. Weak men seek ease. Strong men seek evolution. The furnace of challenge refines the steel of character. So when things get hard, don't curse the process, thank it. It means you are being made ready, another life-altering lesson. You cannot control the storm, but you can control your sail. Life will hit you. People will betray you. Circumstances will shift, but your response, that is your power. Victims react, leaders respond. The person who can stay calm in the chaos, grounded in the uncertainty, and focused in the storm is the person who will rise while others fall. Here's one most never fully grasp. You don't need more motivation. You need a deeper reason. Motivation fades, emotion changes, but a why that burns in your bones will keep you moving when nothing else can. Find that reason, make it personal, make it painful if you have to, whether it's to change your family's legacy, to prove to yourself you're worth it, or to serve something greater than you anchor to it. Let your why drag you through the fire when your willpower runs dry. Let me give you another truth. Jealousy is a mirror, not a monster. The things you envy in others are often clues about what you secretly desire or have neglected in yourself. Don't waste time resenting the person who has what you want. Study them, learn. Let their success be a roadmap, not a reason for bitterness. There's no shortage of abundance, only a shortage of focus. Redirect your energy from comparison to construction. Forgiveness is not a gift for them. It's freedom for you. Carrying the weight of anger is like drinking poison and expecting them to die. Let it go. Not because they deserve it, but because you do. Unforgiveness will rot your soul, cloud your mind, and sabotage your future. Choose to release it. That doesn't mean forget, but it means you're done being a prisoner of the past. No one is coming to save you, not your boss, not your teacher, not a politician, not even your family, and that's not a reason to despair, it's a reason to rise. Because once you realize that you are the hero of your story, everything changes. You stop waiting, you start creating, you stop hoping, you start doing, and you stop doubting. You start believing that maybe, just maybe, you were built for more. One of the deepest truths life will show you. Your calling will often look like a curse before it becomes a blessing. The very things that break you are often the things that build you. You will be misunderstood, rejected, overlooked, but it is all part of the molding. Destiny requires isolation. Greatness demands endurance. You are not being punished. You are being prepared. Let this settle into your spirit. What you feed grows. Feed your faith, and fear weakens. Feed your discipline, and doubt disappears. Feed your anger, and peace dies. Every thought, every emotion, every decision is either watering weeds or watering flowers. Choose wisely, because eventually you will harvest what you planted. Even if it took years to bloom, here's another. The real work is internal. You can build businesses, gain followers, stack money, earn degrees. But if you haven't cleaned up the war inside your own mind, none of it will satisfy you. You must slay your inner demons before you conquer outer mountains. And that work, the healing, the facing of your truth, the tearing down of false identities, that is the hardest and most sacred work you will ever do. You must understand, too, people see your glory, but they don't see your grind. Do not expect applause, do not need validation. If they clap for you, good. If they doubt you, good. Let your results speak louder than your explanations. The dream was given to you, not them. Protect it. Nurture it. Guard it with everything you've got. Money is a magnifier, not a savior. If you are empty, money will make you more empty. If you are bitter, It will make you more bitter. But if you are whole, focused, generous, and disciplined, money will amplify that. Don't chase money, chase mastery. Become so good, so valuable, so excellent that money becomes a byproduct of your purpose. Never forget, you are always planting seeds with your words, your actions, your attitude. Some seeds you'll harvest in a week, some in a year, some only your children will see. But everything you do is either building a future or breaking it. Choose to plant with intention. Let every word be rooted in purpose. Let every action reflect your future, not your frustration. And one of the final truths that reshapes every inch of your life: you are allowed to outgrow people, places, and patterns. Growth will offend those who choose comfort. Evolution will disturb those who chose excuses, but your calling is not subject to their comfort. Keep moving, keep becoming, keep obeying the higher voice, even when it leads you away from the familiar. And here's what many fail to grasp until life forces them to. Clarity doesn't come before the journey, it comes during it. So many stand still, paralyzed, waiting for the perfect vision, the perfect moment, the perfect sign before they begin. But life doesn't work that way. Clarity is earned through action. Direction is discovered in movement. You figure it out on the way, not before. Start walking, even if you're unsure. Even if your hands shake and your voice cracks, start. The fog clears with each step forward. There is another truth that separates the drifters from the determined. Most people don't fail. They quit. The pain got too uncomfortable. The wait felt too long. The reward seemed too far away. So they gave up, not because they couldn't succeed, but because they stopped believing it was worth it. Don't let temporary emotions make permanent decisions. Stay the course. The ones who win aren't the fastest or the most talented. They are the ones who didn't quit when it got hard. Vision must be protected. The moment you decide to elevate your life, the moment you say yes to purpose, distraction will show up disguised as opportunity. Naysayers will whisper their fear into your ears. Life will test you with shiny detours and loud opinions. But a true visionary keeps their eyes locked on the mountain. You weren't called to be understood. You were called to be unwavering. When your vision is clear, your path becomes sacred. Defend it. Starve the noise. Keep building. Energy is your real currency. Pay attention to what drains you and what fuels you. Protect your energy the way you protect your money, because it's even more valuable. Give your best energy to your highest priorities, not to gossip, not to drama, not to distractions that promise quick pleasure and leave you empty. The direction of your energy determines the direction of your life. Be ruthless in protecting it, and remember this: you are either creating or decaying. There is no neutral. Every day, you're either building yourself or letting yourself fall apart. The body, the mind, the spirit, they require maintenance, nourishment, and discipline. Neglect leads to decay. Effort leads to excellence. Don't coast. Don't get comfortable. Fight for your evolution like your future depends on it. Because it does. Here's a truth many overlook. Your outer world will always reflect your inner world. Chaos within leads to chaos without. Order within creates clarity without. If your life feels scattered, if nothing seems to stick, don't just change your goals. Examine your soul. The root determines the fruit. Heal the root, clean the root, strengthen the root, and the results will follow. Silence is a weapon, not the kind that harms others, but the kind that guards your power. You don't need to announce every move. You don't need to prove your worth through constant explanation. Move in silence, build in silence, elevate in silence. Let your success create the noise. Let your results speak the language no critic can argue with. Another lesson that separates the builders from the breakers: you must learn to delay gratification. Discipline now, rewards later. This is the law of maturity. The immature chase pleasure now and pay later. The mature pay now and enjoy what they've earned. Train yourself to enjoy the process, to endure the delay, to trust the timing. The seeds you plant in patience bear the sweetest fruit. Identity is everything. You will never rise above the image you hold of yourself. You can't act inconsistent with what you believe to be true about you. So change the belief. Stop saying, I'm not good with money. Stop saying, I'm just lazy. Stop saying, that's just how I am. That's how you were. You're not bound to the past. Every day is a new vote for a new identity. Speak life over yourself. Create a new internal script. You become what you consistently declare. Success without soul is failure in disguise. Don't just chase goals. Don't just pursue achievements. Ask yourself, who am I becoming in the process? Integrity matters, character matters, legacy matters. If your dream costs you your peace, your values, or your soul, it's too expensive. Build something that lasts. Build something that reflects who you are at your core, not just what the world claps for. Another truth the masses ignore: simplicity is a superpower. Complexity is the enemy of execution. Don't overthink, don't overplan, don't overcomplicate your way into paralysis. Pick one goal, one system, one strategy, master it. Focus beats frenzy. Keep it simple, consistent, and intentional. And you'll go further than those lost in the fog of doing too much. Embrace being misunderstood. The higher you go, the fewer people will relate. That's okay. You're not living to be relatable. You're living to be obedient to the call within. Some people won't get your hunger. They won't understand your silence. They won't approve of your elevation. That's fine. Let them talk. Let them doubt. You weren't built for approval. You were built for ascension. The way you do anything is the way you do everything. If you cut corners when it doesn't matter, you'll do it when it does. Excellence is a habit. Do the small things with intention, and you'll be ready for the big things when they arrive. Greatness isn't made on stages. It's forged in the hidden places, in the quiet hours, in the ordinary tasks that no one celebrates. Here's something most won't tell you: you will have to walk alone sometimes. Not forever, but for a season. Isolation is not punishment. It is preparation. There are some doors that only open in solitude, some strength that only develops in stillness, some wisdom that only speaks in silence. Don't resist it. Embrace the quiet. That's where the download comes. Consistency beats intensity. Anyone can grind hard for a week. Anyone can go all in for a month. But the ones who win are the ones who show up day after day after day, without applause, without recognition, without instant payoff. Consistency builds identity. Consistency builds momentum. And momentum turns the impossible into inevitable. You're not behind. You're being prepared. Delay doesn't mean denial. It means the foundation isn't finished yet. You can't rush divine timing. You can't accelerate what requires maturity. Trust the process. Trust that what's meant for you is already aligning. But your job: stay faithful, stay focused, stay grounded in the now while being guided by what's to come. And above all, never let comfort become your God. Many have traded their potential for peace, their growth for security, their purpose for predictability. But comfort is not the goal, elevation is. You were not made to sit in the shallow end. You were built to walk on deep waters, get uncomfortable, take the risk, say yes before you know how, because your destiny is waiting on the other side of your obedience. You must outlast the season you're in. Because every storm has an expiration date. Every winter turns to spring, but most people give up just before the tide turns. They walk away when the pressure builds, not realizing pressure always precedes breakthrough. Don't you dare let your temporary feelings sabotage your permanent calling. You weren't made to survive. You were made to overcome. Hold the line, stand in faith. Keep doing what's right even when it doesn't feel like it's working. Because if you outlast the test, you'll inherit the promise. Discipline is a form of love. Love for your future, love for your purpose, love for those depending on you to become all that you were created to be. Discipline is not punishment. It's permission to live the life that laziness will never give you. It's not about saying no to pleasure. It's about saying yes to power. When you train your mind to obey, when you teach your body to follow, when you command your soul to rise, you are not losing freedom, you are gaining strength. Whatever you don't confront, you give permission to grow. Ignored pain turns into patterns. Suppressed trauma turns into triggers. Unchallenged thoughts turn into beliefs that run your life from the shadows. Don't be afraid to look within. Don't be afraid to rip off the mask. You cannot conquer what you refuse to face. If you want freedom, you must be willing to bleed truth, to go into the dark and shine light where it's never reached before. You don't need 10 zeros, zero followers. You need one decision. One decision to stop running. One decision to stop settling. One decision to stop living like you've got forever, because you don't, and that's not a threat. That's a gift. Time is the most valuable resource you have, and every second wasted on fear, doubt, excuses, and delay is a second you're robbing from your own legacy. Decide, right now, that this is the moment you shift. Excuses are clever lies dressed in reasonable clothing. They sound good. They sound logical. But they are thieves. Thieves of potential, thieves of opportunity, thieves of destiny. And the worst part, you believe them because they wear your voice. I don't have time. I'm too tired. I'll do it when I'm ready. But behind every excuse is a fear that you haven't faced. Destroy the excuse, and the fear has no shelter left to hide in. You cannot elevate your life and keep the same routine. Change demands change. New levels require new habits. You can't expect a different outcome with the same decisions. If you want more, you have to become more. Wake up earlier, read more, train harder, speak differently, think higher, stop waiting for life to change. Become the change and watch life adjust. Most people aren't tired, they're uninspired, drained not because they worked too hard, but because they lived without meaning. Energy flows where purpose grows. When your life is aligned with your calling, when you wake up with fire instead of fear, when you know you are moving with intention, fatigue fades, you're not lazy, you're not broken. You just haven't found your fire. Go deeper, find it, light it, live it. You must learn the art of emotional endurance, because the journey will not be kind to your feelings. You will feel fear, you will feel tired. You will feel doubt, but your feelings are not facts. They are feedback. Learn to feel them without bowing to them. Learn to process without pausing. Emotions make terrible masters, but powerful messengers. Listen to them, but don't let them lead. Greatness is forged in repetition, not in flashes of brilliance, not in moments of applause, but in the unseen grind, the daily showing up, the boring consistency, the lonely work, the private sacrifices. While others sleep, you study. While others waste time, you sharpen. And it is in those silent hours that greatness is born, not announced with fanfare, but proven with results. If you want peace, build discipline. Peace is not found in comfort. Peace is found in clarity, and clarity is born from order. An ordered life is a powerful life. An undisciplined life is a noisy, chaotic mess. You're anxious not because life is hard, but because your habits are out of alignment. Start with one area, clean it, fix it, master it. The peace will follow. You can't pour into others if your own cup is dry. Being selfless doesn't mean being self-destructive. You are not obligated to deplete yourself just to keep others comfortable. Fill your own soul, feed your own spirit, honor your own boundaries. That is not selfish. It is wise. Because the more full you are, the more you have to give. The more whole you become, the more healing you bring. Every breakthrough begins with brutal honesty, not with pretending, not with performance, but with facing the reality you've been avoiding. Where are you falling short? What patterns are holding you back? Who are you blaming instead of changing? Stop sugarcoating, stop distracting. Look at the truth with unflinching eyes, and then make a new choice. Don't fear failure. Fear being the same person next year. Fear wasted time. Fear untapped potential. Fear settling for a life you were never meant to live. Failure is feedback. It is the tuition you pay for mastery. You will fail, you will fall, but each time you are learning, sharpening, evolving. Stay in the game long enough, and failure becomes your teacher, not your tombstone. Your environment is prophecy. The people around you, the sounds you hear, the words you speak, the routines you follow, They are all shaping who you become. If you don't like your results, look at your surroundings. Growth doesn't just require effort, it requires ecosystem. Build one that pulls you upward, and if you must outgrow the ones around you, so be it. Growth is loyal to purpose, not proximity. Your life is always speaking to you. Learn to listen, the patterns, the pain. The repeated lessons, the doors that won't open, they're not random, they're messages, warnings, invitations to go deeper. Stop ignoring the signs, stop repeating the same cycles. Life will whisper first. Then it will nudge, then it will shout. Don't wait for the earthquake. Listen while it's still a whisper. Whatever owns your attention owns your future. Distraction is the enemy of destiny. Every moment spent scrolling, comparing, consuming, is a moment stolen from building, creating, becoming. Guard your mind like a fortress. Be ruthless with your focus. Because in a world addicted to noise, silence is a weapon. In a world lost in entertainment, attention is your superpower. ChatGPT said, "You must decide who you're becoming before the world decides for you." If you don't choose your identity, your environment will assign one. Your past will try to define you. Your failures will try to limit you. Your family, your friends, your fears, all will try to dictate your ceiling. But you were not created to be a reflection of your surroundings. You were created to be a reflection of your vision. The stronger your identity, the smaller your excuses become. So define yourself now, or you'll be confined by default. Fear is just faith pointed in the wrong direction. It's belief, just belief in the worst possible outcome. The same imagination that creates anxiety can create possibility. The same energy that feeds panic can fuel preparation. It's not that you're weak. It's not that you're incapable. It's that your faith has been hijacked. Take it back. Point it higher. Believe in what could go right, not just what could go wrong. The greatest battle you will ever fight is the one between who you are and who you're called to be. And make no mistake, it will feel like war, because your comfort zone doesn't want to die. Your old identity doesn't want to leave quietly. There will be days when you feel like two different people fighting for control. But each time you choose growth, each time you silence the voice that says go back, you win. Little by little you rise, one choice at a time. You weren't designed to fit in. You were born to stand out. That unease you feel when trying to blend in, that discomfort when you follow the crowd, that's your soul rejecting mediocrity. That's your spirit remembering who you really are. You are not common. You are not ordinary. And no matter how much the world tries to shrink you, your calling will not let you rest until you rise into it fully. Start where you are, with what you have and who you are. Stop waiting for the perfect version of you to show up. Stop waiting for more confidence, more clarity, more resources. That's the lie that keeps dreams on pause forever. Use what's in your hands. Speak with the voice you've got. Move with the courage you have left. Action breeds clarity. Movement builds confidence. What you have is enough to begin. The hardest part of success is outgrowing people you once loved, and no one tells you how to handle that. But growth comes with grief. When your values change, your relationships will be tested. Some people were only meant to walk with the version of you they were comfortable with. When you evolve, they'll resist, not because they hate you, but because your progress reminds them of their own stagnation. Let them go in peace, bless them, and keep walking. You don't need permission to change your life. You don't need validation. You don't need everyone to understand or support your decision. Waiting for approval is another form of procrastination. This is your life, your calling, your mountain to climb, your storm to conquer. Own it. Decide, act, adjust, and grow. The world doesn't give you power. You take it through bold decisions. Confidence is a byproduct of keeping promises to yourself. Not affirmations, not compliments, but daily repeated evidence that you are who you say you are. If you want to build unshakable confidence, become a person of your word. To yourself. Wake up when you said you would. Do the work you committed to. Keep the vow you made in private. Confidence is built in the dark. far away from applause. What you tolerate, you endorse. Every time you let something slide, you're signing off on it. Every time you stay silent when you should speak up, you're giving it permission to stay. Raise your standards not just for others, but for yourself. Your life rises or falls to the level of what you allow. And the strongest boundaries are not the ones you put on others. They're the ones you set on your own behavior. You cannot grow without shedding. Snakes shed their skin, trees shed their leaves, and humans must shed their old selves. You must let go of mindsets, habits, and beliefs that no longer serve your future. Holding on to the old is self-betrayal. Yes, it's painful. Yes, it's scary, but evolution requires elimination. Make space for the new by releasing the obsolete. The quality of your questions determines the quality of your life. Stop asking, why me? Start asking, what is this trying to teach me? Stop asking, when will it happen? Start asking, who do I need to become for it to happen? Questions open doors. They shift your perspective. Train your mind to ask the questions that unlock power, not the ones that trigger pity. Repetition is the mother of mastery. Don't seek new strategies. Master the ones you already have. The difference between amateurs and professionals isn't talent, it's depth. Amateurs dabble. Professionals drill over and over until it's second nature, until their subconscious takes over. It's not sexy. It's not flashy, but it's how you build legendary. If you're bored of the basics, you haven't mastered them yet. You will never rise higher than your belief system. Your external world is a reflection of your internal limits. Upgrade your beliefs, and your life will follow. If you believe you are worthy, you'll stop chasing validation. If you believe you are powerful, you'll stop playing small. If you believe it's possible, you'll start making it inevitable. But belief must be built, fed daily, guarded fiercely. Water it with truth, and it will grow into transformation. You can't change what you're unwilling to take responsibility for. Blame is easy. Responsibility is rare. The moment you stop blaming your past, your parents, the economy, or your circumstances, you reclaim your power. It's not about fault, it's about ownership, because when you own the problem, you also own the solution. And that's the beginning of freedom. So now you know, once you learn these life lessons, you will never be the same. You can't unsee truth, you can't unknow power, and you can't return to who you used to be once you've tasted who you were always meant to become. From this moment on, mediocrity will feel like a betrayal. Small thinking will sound like poison. Wasted time will sting like self-sabotage. You've been exposed to a higher standard, a deeper calling, a greater version of you. Now the choice is yours. Will you bury this wisdom beneath excuses, or will you build a life that proves it true? Will you wait for a better time, or will you become the reason time gets better? You were never meant to blend in. You were built to rise, to shake the ground beneath your feet, to live with such fire that your very existence becomes a light to others. This isn't just motivation. It's your marching order. Speak less. Move more, delay nothing. Choose growth over comfort, faith over fear, purpose over popularity. The world has seen enough people pretending to live. Now it's your time to actually do it.